back to the Building Your Brand podcast. And I am coming in with my first of a two-part kind of little series for my last two solo episodes of the year. And in this episode, I'm going to be doing a bit of reflection on this year, looking back, looking at what goals I achieved, what ones I didn't achieve, all that sort of thing. And then next week, I'm going to do looking ahead. So, what I guess I'm aiming for in 2026 and what some of those goals are. So, when I was sort of preparing for what I was going to talk about in this episode, I had a little look back through my Instagram and I found a post that I did about some of the goals that I had for 2024 and that I hadn't achieved. And it was actually really interesting reading through those goals. So, not the goals for this year, but the goals for last year. And I thought I'd just quickly go through them because while I didn't achieve them in 2024, quite a few of them I achieved in 2025, which is quite cool. So the first one was polish up courses and make evergreen. So although I didn't do that, I actually made the decision to close my Design Your Own Branding course this year, which actually, so that was a few months ago now, and it feels like it was really the right decision for me. I was kind of ready to move on and I wasn't really enjoying Deliver It anymore. And although I didn't make it evergreen, I did make another sort of smaller course, which was the Go Get Rejected course. I mean, I say course, it's like a digital product. It gives you like prompts and ideas of things to go and pitch for and get rejected from. So, and that is evergreen. So I did make something evergreen. So that was something. Now, next up, I had down speak at Adobe Max, and I don't think I realized I'd actually written that down publicly as a goal, but turns out I had. And in 2025, I spoke at two Adobe Maxes. So, Adobe Max London in April and Adobe Max LA in October. And honestly, like, I obviously did make it public, and this has been sort of like a quieter goal of mine for the last 4 years. And I am so proud that I did it this year, that I spoke twice, that they invited me back. They both felt like really, really huge. Like it felt like a really big deal to do both of those speaking gigs. And yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of how I did. It was definitely like a stretch and a push, like it was the next step out of my comfort zone. And I feel like I handled it well. I worked really hard with my prep for both of them and I got through it and I enjoyed it and I had a good time and I had a really lovely response from people. So that was a huge win for 2025 and I'm really proud that I achieved that goal. My next one was work with 20 clients and I haven't gone and looked, so I can't answer that one. I need to go in and check how many clients I've worked with. But even if I haven't worked with 20 clients, I actually feel so pleased about the clients that I've worked with this year. Like, I don't know what it is, but they have felt particularly aligned. Like, I've just worked with some of the dreamiest of dream clients. And again, like, I can't quite put my finger on what has made them dream clients, but they've just been so fulfilling and so fun to work with. So I feel really, really happy about that. Next one was more sponsorship collabs, and I have done that in 2025. So I wanted to work with other brands. One that I did recently was with a brand called Super Profile, which I am absolutely loving. I'm actually going to put my affiliate link in the show notes because it is so good. It's an automation tool, and I've basically been using it to send automated voice notes to people on Instagram, which just feels so aligned for me, like fits in really well with this podcast and everything. And I've been really enjoying that. So I think I've done some other brand collaborations as well earlier in the year. So yeah, I've definitely done that. I would like to do more of that. But yeah, I feel like I can tick that one off. Double income. I'm pretty sure I haven't done that one. In fact, I know I haven't done that one. So that's okay. That was quite a big goal. And then the other one that I'm really proud about was post consistently on YouTube. And I haven't quite done it as I hoped, but I have been releasing these solo episodes as YouTube videos. And also I have posted more other content. So I've been doing some vlogging and I absolutely love that. In like a dream world, I would love to be posting a vlog and a solo podcast episode every week. I am managing to do the weekly podcast episode. I have done quite a few vlogs, but I haven't managed weekly. But yeah, I feel like I'm posting on YouTube consistently, and that is really, really exciting to me. And that's definitely going to be a big focus for me in 2026 as well. So that's really cool. And then my other goal was show work on socials 2 times a month. And I definitely don't think I've achieved that goal, but I have definitely shared my work more this year, which I'm really pleased about. Even though I didn't do these goals in 2024, I have definitely made progress on them in 2025, which was really, really exciting. So I guess like reflecting on the year, yeah, it's been a really good year. I have noticed some differences. So although I've been really, really fortunate and work has sort of steadily and consistently come in all year, I have noticed that inquiries have been down. I think that's pretty common across the board. Like, I know lots of other people have said the same. What I would say though is, as I mentioned before, I think the quality of the clients, the alignment of the clients that have come in have been really, really strong. So that makes me feel really encouraged about, I guess, like my messaging and my branding and how I'm communicating myself, like, or how I'm getting myself across. Like, I think that's working and it's drawing the right sort of people in. So that's really exciting. I started the year with going to a retreat with some friends in January, and I'm actually going to do that again next year. And honestly, it was just such an incredible start to the year. It felt so good. I felt like I really got a lot of like motivation and clarity from it. It felt like it just, yeah, a great, like, it really stands out to me of something that happened this year that was just really, really positive. So that was really cool. I launched my sticker charts for the rejection challenge. I sold out of my first print run and I ordered another print run. So that was really cool. Those are still available if anybody wants one. If anyone wants to get rejected in 2026, then, and you're based in the UK, sadly they only ship to the UK. But if you want a sticker chart, then you can get yourself one of those. So as I mentioned, I think the biggest thing for me this year was speaking at Max London and Max LA, and that was an incredible experience. I've done an episode at least about that, specifically about Max LA anyway. And then I turned 40. That was a pretty big thing that happened this year. I think one of the things that I did in the lead up to that, which I really enjoyed, was I shared 40 lessons that I learned like in 40 years. And that was a really nice creative project for me. I really loved thinking up what the lessons were and creating some artwork to go with it. And I'm actually working on turning that into something bigger. So that's really cool. I took part in the Designer Boss Summit 3 times this year, which was amazing. I really enjoyed that. I got to host some panels with incredible speakers, and that was really, really, really fun. I love being part of those summits. I love the community that Anna and Emma have created. So, yeah, I'm really honoured that I got to be part of that 3 times this year. I went to a Tomicon in June, which was really fun, and had a reel. Hannah and I made a reel that went semi-viral. So I was really chuffed with that. That was yeah, it was very entertaining. I'll link the reel for you to go back and look at, because it was one of my funniest ones, I think. And I think one thing that I do feel really sort of happy about is I feel like I've done quite a good job of getting my personality across in my content this year, whether that's through these solo episodes or through Instagram. So I think, yeah, that's been good. I think it's been a good growth year for my personal brand in general. So yeah, I'm trying to think what other monumental things have happened. I'm sure that there is something that I have forgotten, but I have really enjoyed sort of going back through my Instagram, having a look and seeing what's happened. And I mean, another thing that I should mention is that the podcast has continued to grow. I've had some incredible guests on this year. One of the most popular episodes from the year was interviewing Hayden Burgess, which was earlier in the year. His episode really seemed to resonate with people. I chatted to Alice Benham. Let me see who else we have. Laura Belgray, Kira Matthews, Rich Webster. That episode was a real highlight for me. I had wanted to have him on the podcast for a really, really long time. So, yeah, I'm really proud of all the guests that I've had on the podcast and how the podcast has grown. And in my episode next week, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what my goals are for the podcast in 2026 and where I kind of want to take it. So yeah, it feels like 2025 work wise has been a really, really positive year. Like, I'm really happy with the things that I achieved, the projects that I worked on. Yeah, it's not all gone perfectly. I've had, plenty of rejections, things that didn't quite come to be, but it's been positive. And yes, inquiries were down, but as I said, the clients that I worked with were really, really great. And I just look back feeling really proud of the work that I created in 2025. So I guess, yeah, that's a little bit of a summary of my year. I'm definitely going to be doing some roundup posts on social media as well, reflecting on what happened, what went well, and what didn't. And come back next week. It'll be my final episode of the year on the podcast, and I'm going to be looking ahead to 2026 and sharing some exciting news about what is to come.